Hello guys, welcome to the fiction series. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto got harem with Nami, Robin and Yamato? Part 1. Huge shout out to Thegamerhits for this story. If you want more awesome fan fiction like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. Flashback. Centuries ago, a continent called the Elemental Nations was one big continent combined together, but they were separated by nations. But the five biggest were the Land of Fire, its main village Konohagakure, the Land of Earth main village Iwagakure, the Land of Lightning main village Kumagakure, the Land of Water main village Kurigakure, the Land of Windman village Sunagakure. I got this off of Google, so it might be wrong. If it is, please PM, I'll make sure to fix it. These nations were the most powerful, waging war against each other to show power, but it was this fateful day it happened. It was the Fourth Great Shinobi War. The five great nations battled it out for more power, but this battle wouldn't last forever. Suddenly a great earthquake rumbled. It rumbled the most it has ever, shaking the whole world. The reason was unexplainable. The earth was expanding 7x than the earth, but this came at a cost. The elemental nations broke apart into islands, and the Jinchuriki of all nine-tailed beast perished, but before the beast could perish with their host, the Jinchuriki all sealed the tailed beast in one powerful scroll. But before they could get to the nine tails, they were too late, but instead, as a last resort, not to let the beast be free, they killed the beast. But how was it possible for them to kill the tail beast that rivaled the 10 tails? They all simply united aliens to kill the beast, for it to reincarnate in a person centuries later, as they did. All the shinobis and villagers of all nations perished, for the earthquake only did not expand the world, it also broke the land into islands. And how all shinobis died? Well, before the earthquake happened, the earth's water manifested a dark era, purple and black color, before returning to its bright blue. This water had a curse of anyone who possessed any type of power, whether you possessed the power of the fruits that the ocean spewed out, or the power that the shinobis used called chakra, would become weak and unable to use their unnatural powers. This meant there was no more people who possessed chakra, and after centuries a mysterious red line appeared, and it ascended even the clouds themselves. This split the world into halves, and as a result of the continent breaking apart, it was just ocean with islands. But after a century, a government rose up to be the world government, a government that had a police force called the Marines. But all heroes have an enemy. The pirates are the Marines' biggest opponents as they fighting against each other. The two were balanced kasu of a mysterious power, which were devil fruits. These fruits gave you powers that were unnatural to nature, at the cost of your ability to swim ever again. So the pirates and Marines took advantage of this unknown power. But after another century, a pirate named Goldie Roger, a fierce pirate that was titled King of the Pirates, a powerful man that made the low-ranking Marines, Vice Admiral, fear him kasu of his power. He had it all: wealth, fame, power, and he had everything this world had to offer. He was the first man to travel the most uncharted sea, the Grand Line, a sea that was in the middle of the calm belt, which is a sea that has no wind or currents, held the most dangerous sea creatures, the Sea King's beast that made normal ships ant size. But the Grand Line was far more different. It was undiscovered. It was split by the Red Line, so meaning they were two havels, the first half and the second half. But Goldie Roger didn't let that stop him. He traveled the whole Grand Line and was crowned king of the pirates. He soon decided to disband his crew and gave himself to the Marines and sent to be executed. As he sat at the execution platform, a civilian asked him about his greatest treasure, the one piece of treasure that no one is able to find and has not been able to capture, and his final words were, "You want my treasure, you can have. I left everything that this world has to offer, but you just have to find it." His final speech before he was killed. End of flashback. 10 years later. After 10 years of the execution of the late pirate King Goldie Roger, we see an island that had a village. The villagers were happy, having the best day of their life, people doing what they do, but for someone it wasn't the same. Hess, here, get him. One villager yelled as the rest looked at the same direction and saw a boy who looks to be 10 years of age. He had sun-kissed blonde hair with beautiful dark blue eyes that could rival the ocean, with 3 like whisker marks on his cheeks. He had a half-cut shirt with raggy shorts that were dirty. Naruto was his name, Naruto Uzumaki. "At the demon, let's kill him," the villagers yelled as they chased after him. Naruto ran as fast as his little legs could go. A band of villagers were chasing after him, and the reason why he was hated, Bekasu, he's something that he wasn't, but what was in him that he was hated for. So after some time they caught little Naruto and beat the goodness out of him until he's on the ground. But the villagers went further than ever. They didn't stop until the little boy couldn't grasp air anymore. After they were done, he laid there on the ground unconscious. Why did they do this to him? Why did they hate a harmless child, a kid who was just like the others, a kid who wants to have fun like the others? But the reason was inside him, a special creature that had been gone for centuries. Inside Naruto's mindscape. Naruto woke up to see that he was laying on water in a sewer. He stood up looking around to see if any threat was near, but only he heard was snoring, and he turned around to see a scary dark hallway, where all the pipes continued to he decided to muster up the courage to walk through the dark hallway. As he kept on walking the snoring kept getting loud but not louder. As he was making his way to the sound he walked to see a huge fox that rivaled the Sea Kings. Reason why Kurama is not in the cage cause Kurama was not sealed in Naruto, but rather reincarnated in Naruto, so yeah, just a heads up. So Naruto screamed at this, but he would soon to regret it as the big orange fur ball woke up opening one eye to see the small Naruto standing there. Who are you, and why are you disrupting my nap? He asked Naruto. Naruto screamed as he curled up to a ball. Please don't hurt me, I'm sorry I disrupted your sleep. The innocent boy apologized to the huge fox. I'm fine, but what do you want here, and how did you even get here? Asked the furball. After Naruto explained how he got here. And that's how I got here, the boy said innocently. This made the fox mad as his fearsome nine tails wiggled angrily. So that's how damn humans still are the lowest form of kindness. How well should have expected this. These power hungry fools care nothing but themselves, but I can only bear to watch. But here's what Kit the nine-tailed fox said. Kit. Naruto asked. That's your nickname to me, you'll get used to it. But listen, he said to Naruto. Naruto listened. I know those villagers hate and will kill without a second thought. But here's the thing, I'll help you escape this island. But you have to stay alive. If you die I die. So I'll help you build a raft that be able to last until you reach the next island, the orange fox told young Naruto. Naruto was astonished at this as tears were on his eyelids. He ran to the fox, hugged his face as his tears were flowing down. Thank you. No one has ever done this for me. Thank you, Naruto cried to the fox. The nine tails could smile at this. Yeah, you're welcome, Kit, but for now let's get you out of here. The furball told Naruto. Okay, but can I ask what's your name? Naruto said as he looked up to the crimson eyes of the tailed beast. Kyubi. Nine tails, Kit the Kyubi answered. This made Naruto annoyed. I mean your real name, not some made up name. Naruto yelled for him to hear him. Kyubi was shocked to know someone saw through his trick of a fake name, but all he did was smirk, so he's not like the others humans, not full of themselves. He said in his head, Kurama, that's my real name, Kit. He told Naruto his actually name. Naruto was happy to know his new friend's name. After this, Naruto woke up from his beating and was told by Kurama to go into the forest so he can build a raft. So he followed all of Kurama's commands and ended building the raft. Good job, Kit, never expected you to do this well, Kurama said to Naruto in his mindscape. Haha, thanks, but it's thanks to you who helped me, but for now we can leave this island, he said as he took one step, but suddenly fall as he stepped in a hole. Ugh, damn, what was that? Naruto cursed as he lifted his leg out the ditch and looked inside it to find scrolls. He had a questioning look, but Kurama on the other hand had the most shocked face. His eyes were wide as plates. There's no way it can't be, Kurama said frightenedly. Wah, what is it? Naruto asked as he got nervous as well. No, it just can't be possible, these things shouldn't exist, this should have died a long time ago, Kurama said, trying to deny the truth. What should have died a long time ago? Naruto asked Kurama, trying to figure out what's going on. Kurama explains to Naruto it's Shinobi's and chakra. Whoa. Naruto was surprised to find out about what chakra is and about shinobi is, and to know he also is the only man alive with chakra in this world. That's all I told you, so since it's here, take those scrolls, add it to your bag that stole the demon-eyed beast, told Naruto. Naruto took the scrolls and added it to his bag that he stole from a shop on his second to last day on the island. After a while, Naruto was well prepared as the sun was already gone past the horizon. He checked his supplies. It consisted of food and water that only lasted 2 weeks, so he would have to hope to find an island by then. The bag with the scrolls, with a paddle. He looked at the island for the last, and he was happy to finally leave this forsaken island. He pushed the raft and hopped on the raft and paddled his off the island. He smelt the fresh air and looked at the beautiful ocean and was ready for a new adventure. Time skipped 12 years and 6 months. On a remote island, the Straw Hats encountered Aokiji, who was being Aokiji, but after some time Aokiji putting his hand in the water and a big fish comes out to gulp him in one bite, but he calls out his attack. Isu Igi Ice Age, he calls out. The whole area of the sea gets frozen and the sea monster is all frozen and fragile. This has everyone shaken. This is the power of the Navy headquarters, Admiral Robin said in a lowly tone. Somewhere else earlier, a small boat could be seen floating along the way until he said as the boat stopped. He saw that the sea was frozen. Somehow he was confused at first. Well, this is unusual, what do you think about it? He said, obviously talking to someone whom I don't know. Must be those devil fruit users. A mysteriously voice sounded out. Yeah, I think so too. Should we investigate? He asked the voice. You and always trying to find things to do except following the task at hand. You've been always like this, can't believe, had to deal with this for 12 years, but whatever you want. Kit, the voice rang back. Wait, Kit, what do you mean by that? No one else uses that word except for Kurama. Well, guess the beloved character Naruto is back and is investigating this mysterious ice that appeared. Guess he's gone to look at what's happening. Well, I already was going this way since I sensed some type of life force, Naruto told Kurama. Well, get to going, our boat is frozen in place, so there's no other way to get around, the fox said to Naruto. Yeah, I know, the blonde said as he jumped on the ice. Naruto was wearing a plain white shirt with grey cargo pants with black boots and an orange and black jacket. You already know which jacket he's wearing, but without the symbols on it. Back with the SHC. We see that Aokiji is walking back while telling the survivor that the ice will only last a week. Well, them and THSHC are shocked at what Aokiji just did. The survivors thank Aokiji for giving them a path to a new island, and the SHC gave them coats for the ice for them not to get cold. As they left, the crew went back to shore to see Aokiji sitting there. He then explained to Luffy that his grandpa saved him and he wanted to see Nico, Robin and Luffy together. He decided he was going to kill the crew, but after some back and forth Robin had enough and used her devil fruit power to kill him. Just get to the point, if you want to arrest me then just do it already, 30 fleurs, 30 flowers, she yelled out as 30 hands appeared on Aokiji that held him a lethal post-ion. No. Robin. Usopp screamed at her to stop. I did something, I say, strike a nerve, that's too bad, I must have overestimated how reasonable a woman you were, Aokiji said to Robin and Karachi. Clutch, she said as the hands bent Aokiji to snap him in half. He shattered into millions of pieces, Chopper yelled out with his eyes popping out. This had everyone on edge, but the ice started to form back to Aokiji. It didn't work. We're done for, everyone run for your life. Usopp screamed out as he ran while the others stayed still. Aokiji reformed from ice to his human form. Now that's not a very nice thing to do, Aokiji said, towering over Robin. But having her face with the damn he really about rock my shy face. Aokiji grabbed some grass to make a ice saber. As he was about to slice Robin in half, Zoro jumped in and clashed with him as Sanji jumped and kicked his saber away. I don't remember asking for your help, Cook, Zoro told Sanji to back off. Funny, I was gonna say the same thing to you, Moss head, Sanji said with a counter back. Gomu Gomu, no pisutoru gum gum siddle, Luffy yelled out as he stretched his hand out and hit Aokiji in his stomach as he grabbed both Sanji and Zoro's leg and arm while taking the impact of Luffy's hit only for it to backfire. As he froze their arm and leg, the trio fell to the ground crying in pain as their limbs were frozen to pain. While Usopp and Chopper were bantering about helping them, Robin. Run away. Nami screamed for her to run. While Aokiji was smiling, you really have some loyal friends, Nico, Robin, but you will never change, Aokiji said to her. No. That's not true. She said, denying it. As Aokiji opened his arms up and hugs as he freezes her into an ice sculpture. Everyone screamed at this as their friend was just frozen into ice, so fragile and easily breakable, but Aokiji informed them that she was still alive, but she was needed to be warmed up back to her normal form. At this, he rose his fist to break her into pieces, but Luffy was fast enough to save her and held her underneath, but Aokiji rose his leg to stomp her, but Usopp ran and took her from Luffy. Nami, Usopp and Chopper celebrated that Usopp saved her. Back with Naruto. After some time Naruto arrived at the island. Took long enough, Kurama complained. Yeah, whatever, but now I need to find this guy who's done this, Naruto said, looking around until his eyes landed on the bike trail. He decided to follow it in hopes to find the culprit of his frozen boat. After some time he reached the other end of the island where he saw lots of ice around until his eyes laid on the frozen Luffy. He's frozen, Naruto yelled as he ran to him and was about to do something until Kurama stepped in. Kid, no, don't touch him. Kurama yelled. Naruto stoned at this. Why, Naruto asked, cause if you make one dumb move on him and break his body, his dead as good. He may be frozen, but still alive. I think you should warm him up with your fire style, but not too hot or you'll kill him, Kurama ordered Naruto. Right. He shouted, but before that, hey, who are you? The voice shouted. He looked to see two random people he's never seen, but it was Sanji and Zoro. Both got armed up ready to attack. Whoa, hey, I'm not wanting a fight. Naruto held his hands up. Then just why are you here and what were you gonna do to Luffy, our captain? They both said in unison. This is your captain, you all are pirates, Naruto asked. Yes, so what if we are? Just let us get back our captain, Zoro said to Naruto. Fine, I can help if you need. I can easily break him out of his state of ice. Ask them if they needed help. Hey, you can? If so then that's great. Sanji smiled at this. Yeah, thanks, calm. Let's get Luffy back to the ship, Zoro ordered. Got it, Naruto replied. Few moments later. After a while the trio made it back to the ship. The crew looked to see the duo as usual, but when they saw Naruto, Sanji, Zoro, Nami asked. Yes, Nami dear. What is it? Sanji said with hearts in his eyes. Who's that? Asked him. Wait, I actually forgot to ask your name. What is it? Sanji asked Naruto. Me, I also forgot the names. Naruto Uzumaki, he said. Hey, wait. Sanji was about to say while looking like he was about to laugh with Zoro. Naruto saw this and was already ready to cut them. If it doesn't mean fish cake, it means maelstrom. Before you howl out you're all that talk, Naruto cut off Sanji while holding the frozen Luffy. The duo howled out and laughed at this. Yeah, whatever, let's get this over and with, and after I think you owe me a favor, Naruto told them. Huh, what favor? Nami asked. I said if I help you free your captain from his frozen state, you owe me a ship ride to the next island, he said to Nami. Huh? Who said that? Nami asked him. They did. He pointed to the duo. Nami looked at them and looked down. Ugh, fine, but if you can't save Luffy, then that favor can be found somewhere else. Got, she said in a commanding voice. Right, he said. Okay, do you have a bathtub for someone to fit in? Naruto asked them. Yeah, but that one is already being used for our other friend, Nami said. Oh okay, that's fine, I got one already, Naruto said as he pulled out a scroll from his pouch and opened the scroll release. He yelled out, putting his hand on the seal. Suddenly a tub appeared in a puff of smoke. Next he went through various of hand signs, then he yelled out Suiton no jutsu water style jutsu as he took a deep breath and blew out water on the tub. There, he said as he put Luffy in the tub. Next up Kaiten no jutsu fire style jutsu, he said as he took another breath before blew out fire on the water to bring the water to a warm tone. While this was happening, Sanji, Zoro and Nami were shocked to the core at this. How is that possible? Nami asked. Is that devil fruit? But how could he make fire and water at the same time? Zoro said, as it's common sense for a devil fruit to have one power, but two is impossible. 2 hours later. We hearing crying and snorting as Chopper opens the door as the crew plus Naruto are looking at him. Their hearts are beating, he said as the crew jumped for joy from the amazing news that Luffy and Robin were alive. The next day. The next was filled with joy as the ship was sailing as everyone was doing their thing, but for Naruto was another matter. Calm please, it would be cool to have a shinobo in my crew. Luffy shouted as he begged Naruto to join his crew, but Naruto kept being calm. Already I said no, I just asked for the one ride to the next island, not to join your crew. Naruto said no to Luffy. I just join the crew, he won't stop until you're part of this crew. It's just how Luffy is never letting a chance go by his way. Zoro told Naruto to accept the offer. Ugh, fine, I'll join, Naruto said, but only for him to stop whining, and also don't try and leave the crew, cause, regardless of what you do, if you join you're permanently in this crew. Trust me, I tried before, and look where I'm at, Nami advised him. Naruto turned pale. This what? Could have you told about that earlier, Naruto said with his jaw hanging while Nami was giggling as she had other plans. That why I didn't, cause now I get have my chance at finding my type, which is you obviously wonder how Robin thinks of him. She thought as she was sitting on a lawn chair with a drink in her logbook. She was wearing a blue and white dress with strips of white on the blue like a spider pattern. She stretched her arms. It's beautiful, she said as Sanji came out the kitchen. Nami. Look. Sanji shouted to her as he was wearing a blue shirt and his usual black pants with hearts in his eyes as his legs were spinning around. Nami looked back as Sanji ran up the stairs to the upper deck to her. I made this potato pail, especially for you mademoiselle, I hope you enjoy it, Sanji said with his romantic voice. Nami took one bite of it. Delicious, she said. As Sanji was looking at the ocean at the rail of the ship. That makes me so happy. He shouted, hey. Keep it down, jerk. Some people are trying to sleep around here. Zoro yelled at him. Sorry about that, Cactus Head, my most sincere apologies, Sanji said with cigarettes in his nose. What, you use cigarettes? Snorkeling dartboard? Zoro shouted back. The two agreed as at the lower deck Chopper and Usopp were clapping their hands waiting for Luffy to come out the while calling out his name as Naruto was hanging by the rail looking at the two as Luffy opened the door with a bell and he popped it and was covered in flour in the pose of when he was frozen, and the two laughed as Luffy was messing around. After some time, Luffy, Usopp and Chopper were eating the same meal as Nami ate as Usopp told his leading tales. But the door opened suddenly as the crew looked at who opened the door to only see Robin standing there smiling. Robin. Nami said. Robin. Good to see you. Sanji waved at her. Robin. Are you feeling okay? Do you still have a chill? Chopper asked the archaeologist. She replied back with your treatment helped me out tremendously. Thanks. You're a wonderful doctor. Calling me a wonderful doctor won't make me happy or anything, you stupid jerk, Chopper said as he emoted randomly as Naruto, Luffy and Usopp looked at him. He sure looks like it, Usopp said. Yep, Luffy replied. Couldn't agree more, Naruto said as well. You should take it easy, Robin. Luffy's already recovered enough to where he's running around and screaming like an imbecile, but you can just relax and take your time. Nami asked Robin to take it easy. Yeah. Luffy said with a peace sign that wasn't a compliment. Nami yelled at him. Hey, Robin. Would like something for me to make you warm up? Sanji asked her. I do, may I have some coffee, please? She asked him off. It's my pleasure, he said as he ran to the kitchen to make her coffee. After some time Zoro was eating the potato pally. He saw something moving in the ocean. What is that, he said as he looked closer and saw that it was a frog doing the front crawl. He was shocked at this as the trio plus Naruto were sitting at the rail eating the potato pale. Man, this is so good, it's too addictive, Naruto complimented the food, but suddenly Zoro ran from the upper deck to the rail. Luffy, come quick. There's a frog doing the front crawl. He told the squad. What? Luffy said confusingly. See for yourself. It's headed your side. He told Luffy as him Naruto and Chopper looked back to the ocean. Come on, Luffy. Are you really gonna take anything that goofy admiral told you seriously? There's no way a frog would do the front S. Holy crap. There's a frog doing the front crawl. Usopp yelled as he had a shocked face as the trio did. Come on. After him. Luffy called out aye Naruto Chopper Usopp and Zoro replied in unison take in the sail. Stand by the oars. Bring the ship about to 2 o'clock. Luffy commanded aye they said again hurry. Luffy told them to hurry. I don't why, but I get the feeling we really have to follow it. Zoro said admittedly. After some time Nami yelled at the squad for changing course without asking her, but Luffy filled up with what's happening, but sometime they realized that the frog is swimming to the lighthouse, while Sanji was saying out loud at how to cook the frog perfectly. Sanji. Snap out of it, Nami told Sanji, while Robin told her that we have to follow captain's orders. Robin, Nami said with tears flowing down, let's go. Full speed ahead. Luffy yelled again aye the squad said again, why are you all going along with this? Nami asked them heave ho. Heave ho. Heave ho. X4 the 5 men said in unison as the frog flew up its flying. Quick. Don't let it get away. Let's get up ahead of it and block its course. Luffy ordered as they went back to saying the same thing. But suddenly they crashed on something. I guess we ran ashore or something. Usopp said as Sanji got up. Nami, Robin. Say something, are you okay? Sanji asked. Yeah, I think I'm okay. She said to him. Same, Robin said. But suddenly a bell rang. They questioned what was it as a train was on the sea ready to hit the frog who was unexpectedly was in its way. As the Trian was on its trajectory, the ship Revisor, the ship NPW. Tron 180 degrees. Nami yelled in desperation as everyone is panicing except for Naruto as he went through a variety of hand signs. Robin looked at this. What is he going to do now, she asked herself. Suiton Sujin Heki no Jutsu water style water wall, Naruto yelled out as a wall of water rose from the front of the ship, pushing the ship back as the train went them past them in a quick pace as the frog still standing tall in front of the train got rammed and sent back. After a while everyone relaxed. Whoa, that was close, Luffy said. Everyone agreed if it wasn't for Naruto's help this ship wouldn't be here. Robin said, Glock, complimenting Naruto's skills. Yeah, thanks for that Naruto. Zoro thanked him. No problem, he said, but Naruto sensed something else. We're being watched. Just as he said that a girl yelled out, Granny. Granny. Look. We got pirates. As Zoro looked at back, he said in confusion. What? Is it true, Chimney? Okay dokie then, in that case better bring Granny the transponder snail. The old-looking Granny said as she fell as the girl ran for the transporter snail. Everyone was figuring out how to stop them from calling help. I got it, Naruto said. Huh, what do you mean you got it? Nami asked Ag. Granny, someone is here. Nadi, he has the snail in his hand. The little girl yelled out from inside the house. Hey. Get back here. She yelled again as another Naruto ran the house with the snail in its hand and jumped on the ship next to Naruto. Here boss, the clone said, handing the snail to him and dispelled in a puff of smoke. The crew was shocked at this. You can copy yourself. Usopp yelled out. What can you not do? Sanji said. As everyone was amazed at this, but soon some of the members got off the ship and talked to the named Kemeni and Granny Kokoro and their cat Gamba as Kemeni explained what sea train was and what it does, and Kemeni also explained that Yokozuna was the frog and how he always challenges the train and how he's a pain in the posterior all the time. Kokoro asked them where they're headed next and telling them all sorts of places the sea train goes. Then Nami explained that they're following the log pose and Kokoro told them that it was pointing to water 7 where the train is headed to water 7, the city of water, and how it has all the shipwrights. As the crew were getting ready to set sail, Kokoro gave them a paper. It was for a person named Iceberg. She said he'll fix their ship. They thanked her for her kindness as they set sail. The crew were talking about how to get the shipwright. After some time Luffy showed some of the crew his picture of the shipwright he wants. Okay, let's try to find a shipwright that looks something like this, Luffy told them, showing a badly drawing of a shipwright. If I saw a guy like that, I'd run, Usopp said with a scared face. I wouldn't just run, I'd jump in the sea to get away from that freak, Sanji said with the same face as Usopp. Don't you have something better to talk about? Zoro asked them. Okay everybody, since we're gonna be at water 7 for a whole week, let me give you your allowance, Nami told as the crew minus Naruto, Robin, Sanji and Zoro were agreeing about their share of allowance. After some time Zoro called out that they were close as everyone else went upper deck except Naruto to look at water 7. Someone never told me that it was this cool. Whoa. Check that thing out. I didn't know they made fountains that big, Luffy said amazed as the others were commenting how cool water 7 was as Naruto walked up the stairs to see water 7. Whoa. Never have I seen something this cool, he said. Nami looked back to see him standing there looking at water 7. Hey there Naruto, thought you left us there for a sec, and also what were you doing, she asked him. Oh, developing something cool, he said as he had his hands behind his back. Something cool, what is it? Usopp asked. Oh. Can you us Naruto please, Chopper asked and jumped around. Naruto chuckled at this. Sorry chopper, but it's not finished yet and if I do use it, it would be unstable and damage the ship, but I can show what I was using to develop it, Naruto told Chopper the news. Ooh. You can awesome. Show me. Show me. Show me. The overhyped Chopper said okay look closely, Naruto said as he held his hand out. Everyone was confused to why his hand is out, but after a few seconds the wind started to rotate in a circular motion as a blue ball of wind started to form in Naruto's hand until it was the size of a ball. Just imagine Minato's Rasengan ya. Whoa. That's so cool. Luffy said amazingly looking at the spiraling ball of wind. Whoa, what do you call that? Usopp asked. Oh, this I call Rasengan spiraling sphere, Naruto said to them. Oh, can you touch it? Luffy asked. Whoa, you can't, Naruto told. Oh, why not? Luffy asked him again. Naruto was about to explain why it's cause it's made of wind and there's micro wind blades that is easy enough to penetrate your skin with no effort at all. Robin explained the reason not to touch while inspecting the blue spiraling sphere. Who? How do you know that? Naruto said to her. Robin smiled at this. Well, it's easy. The spiraling ball is rotating at high speeds to the point it looks smooth and soft, but it's actually fast enough to tear skin apart and is even able to kill someone. Robin explained the concept of the Rasengan. Everyone but Naruto was shocked at how dangerous Naruto's Rasengan is. Well, if it's the main factor of your new move, then what does it look like? Sanji asked him. Well, I can show you, but it's only gonna be the small version cause if I do the actually thing the ship will be shredded to bits, Naruto warned. That's fine, just show me already. Luffy whined. Oh okay, Captain, Naruto said as he still had his Rasengan, but this time a lighter bluish color spinning around the blue ball until it looked like a shuriken. Why. Luffy said amazed. I know, cool, but its dose comes with its drawbacks, Naruto said sadly. And what would that be? Nami asked. This is only the small version, but it can be bigger. It can be thrown or used as a melee attack, but if I throw it, I have to maintain the form of it. If not, Kanaiti could cause self-damage to myself. If used as a melee, I would cause cellular damage to my arm. If I overuse, could cause permanent damage to my arm, resulting in losing it. Naruto explained what the drawbacks were. The crew got scared at what it could do. Whoa, the drawbacks are even more scarier than I thought, Sanji said. After some time the Straw Hats went to another entrance since they're pirates. After going some time someone told them where to go for the shipwright. As Zoro was pulling the rope to frail the sail up, the mast broke. Sanji, Usopp and Luffy criticized Zoro for breaking the mast, but Usopp why everyone just waved them off like a normal day, but they theorized that they have high security antlets of marines. But after a while Luffy and Usopp ran off to the city, but Nami stopped them as she now is wearing a blue shirt with a light blue tie, plus a white skirt. She told them that she needs them to take care of some business selling the gold they got from Sky Islands. Naruto would like to come along as well, Nami asked him. Sure, why not, he said as he followed her with a duo. Well, I'll be off as well, wouldn't you like to come along to Torsen? Robin asked Chopper off. Let's go, he said as Robin smiled as they walked off as well. Well, that leaves us. Well, I'll be going to buy groceries, you look after the ship, Moss head, Sanji told Zoro, as he now is wearing black pants with an orange shirt stripped with black, plus a black vest in the outside. Yeah, whatever, Zoro said as he laid there taking a nap. With Luffy, Usopp, Nami, and Naruto. As they were walking with the gold when they stopped at a rental bull shop. What's a rental bull shop? Nami asked. I don't know, maybe a place to rent an animal to travel, I guess, Naruto said. Beats me, Luffy said to that. Obviously they must rent out something. Nami said yeah, but what's a bull? Luffy asked what it meant. I dunno, like a bulldog. Usopp tried to answer. Don't be ridiculous, Naruto told him. Yeah, you're right, Usopp said to him, but Luffy took the trailer with the gold to the shop. Excuse me. We'd like to rent some bulls. Luffy asked. Find out what they are first, the trio said in unison. Hi, looking for some bulls, you said. How many people? The shop owner asked. We've got 4, Luffy told him. What kind would you like? There's 3 ranks, Igara, Rebuka, and King for your small group. I'm thinking 3 Igaras will do just fine, he asked again. Give 1 rare and 1 well done, Luffy told him. Naruto playfully hit his head at the side. He means the bulls we ride, not the food, Naruto told him. As the shopkeeper explained to them what the Igaras are, what they do, he then told to pick the ones they want to use to travel and told them that it would be 200 berries for 2 passenger Igaras. Oh, they're cute. Nami said looking at them. They even look like horses, he said as one licked his face. Naruto brusted it, laughed at the same with Nami and Usopp while Luffy was yelling at the bull that licked him. Hahaha. Well, Luffy, seems he loves you, Naruto said to him. Seems, so I'll mount him for you, the owner said as he opened the cage to release 3 Igaras as he was tying the seats to their back. Can he carry heavy stuff? Luffy asked the shopkeeper. Yeah, these guys are bullet for power, everyone here use them for moving all the time. That's a big bag, can I ask what's inside? The shop owner asked curiously. Old Luffy said. Haha, that's a good one. Well, whatever it is, it'll be okay, he said as Luffy opened the bag to show the gold. This idiot, Naruto mentally cursed. Whoa. Gim. The owner. Yeah right. Nami shot back. I guess he thought it was worth asking, at least Usopp said. This is why I said I don't trust you with money, Nami yelled at Luffy. I had to show him. He didn't believe me. Luffy said wow, I sure wasn't expecting that. Like I said, that'll be 1,000,000 berries for the 2 Yagara bulls, the shopkeeper said, holding his hand out. Yeah right. Naruto said don't try to change the price on us. Usopp shouted at him ops, I mean 5,000,000 berries. He said you're pushing it you know. Naruto shouted as well, ha ha ha. Can't fool you. The owner said, rubbing the back of his head. Yeah sure, that's what they all say, but Naruto said here 4,000 berries. Nami said, handing the shopkeeper the money. Thank you, he said to her. Speaking of gold, do you know where we can get ours cashed in? She asked him. Well there's quite a few places, but you'd probably strip them all out trying to sell in that much treasure in one shot, but if I were you there's one at the downtown shipbuilding, he said to her. We're not really familiar with the area. Think you got a map? She asked. Sure, here's one. He tossed her one. Wow thanks, she said as she was about to jump on the Yagara. Nami. Naruto said yeah. She said can we really trust Luffy with the gold again? He asked. Oh. You're right, thanks for the reminder. Sorry Luffy, but Naruto's taking the bag for now, she said to the captain. Oh, why not? I won't do anything dumb, he said, trying to convince her. Find that hard to believe, Naruto muttered. Huh? Luffy asked. Nothing, Naruto said, looking away. Soon after, Naruto was sitting on his Yagara with the bag gold as the squad headed to their next destination. As the squad were making their way through the flood island, they were going by people having a normal day as usual. As they were turning right, they saw a random man asking Nami for dinner, but he is grabbed by the ear, pulled back from the window. Don't mind him. It's nothing. Men around here always greet the ladies like that when they see one passing by, the lady said. Nami chuckled uncomfortably at this. I mean I understand why he asked Nami out for dinner, but this is just weird, Naruto said, looking ahead again. Wait, are you calling Nami hot? Usopp asked. Maybe, Naruto said, looking away while whistling. Usopp questioned. You said something? Naruto looked at him, acting lost. Well no, noticed Nami was blushing madly, but she looked forward for no one to see. As they were going by, the lady yelled at her husband for flirting with girls. Sometime as they making their way, they saw a ramp that went up and Usopp asked that they are going against the flow. As the Yagara saw the ramp and detoured up, going fast. As they're venturing up, there was a slide that went up, and there went up by as they were going there that the water was a long drop down. As Nami and Usopp were scared for their life, Naruto was relaxing, and Luffy was excited as they went down the slide, as they were drifting left to right, going a loop-de-loop, then rode down to where everyone else is. Once they landed, Nami punched the Yagara for being careless, until they realized they ended up in the shopping district, and Nami realized that the Yagaras took a shortcut and apologized to them. After some time, Luffy's bull took him to his favorite, and the others caught up to him to see him eating water meat while Usopp was yelling at Luffy for not sharing the meat he bought. Nami was suspicious about the people wearing the masks. Naruto took note of this. So you also notice something strange? Me too, Naruto said to Nami. You too? Hell yeah, it's kinda weird, Nami said, looking to Naruto, until Naruto heard some people saying that some pirates were causing a problem at dock number 1. Naruto made a clone to take his place while he went to investigate the problem at dock 1. At dock 1. Naruto arrived to see pirates standing there at the construction of the shipwrights, and them saying that they're not going to pay for the repairs for their ship. Been wanting to let loose, sitting there doing nothing is pain, and also don't want to get rusty, Naruto said. In his mind, guess it is good training, you could say. The fox said, well hey, their curb been long Naruto said to him, better needing a nap for a while, since you have people with you, I don't need to worry at all, he said. Makes sense I guess, Naruto said, but whatever, stop taking your sweet time and get to working. The big fox said, yeah whatever. Warning, right, I'm not good at doing fighting senses, so don't expect a Leonardo da Vinci type masterpiece fighting. Naruto jumped at the construction to the pirates. You there mind leaving the workers alone? Naruto asked them. The pirates looked at him. Who are the captain? Asked Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto told him. Well then what's your puny self doing here, butting in adult conversation? Kid, what are you, 16? The captain laughed at Naruto. This had Naruto a little annoyed. I'm 22 actually, but that's whatever, you're disturbing the workers here, it's not nice you know, just pay them their money and you leave with no problem or you face me, Naruto said, cracking his knuckles. The crew of pirates laughed this. You think you can beat us? You're really funny, but I'm done with this, get 'em boys, he said as his crew ran at Naruto with their swords. Foolish move, Kage Bunshin. No jutsu shadow clone jutsu, Naruto yelled out as he had his fingers in a plus sign and 10 copies of Naruto's appeared in a puff of smoke. The crowd was shocked at this, they've never seen this type of power before. As the clones were going for each crew member and beating them to a pulp, after some time it was only the captain left. How is that possible? Wah fruit is that, the captain asked Naruto. Naruto smirked at this. Sorry bud, but that's confidential, but for now it's time for you to go, Naruto said to him. The captain was about to run, but until one clone was in front of him and punched him as the real Naruto ran and jumped of his back doing flips midair. As the captain was falling, 3 clones by each said kick him up to the real Naruto, had his foot ready as he kicked him with his heel foot. Uzumaki barrage, Naruto shouted. The captain fell to the floor all bruised and bleeding. What happens if you get to beepy, Naruto said to him. Well, that's about it, sighed Naruto said to the shipwrights as he disappeared fast as he left dust where he was. Back to Luffy, Nami and Usopp. As the trio was still on their way to selling their gold, they were making their way to elevator gate as Naruto secretly swapped places with his clone and preteen to sleep. The squad of 4 entered the gate as other people did, as well as a worker called to people that the elevator was opened. They entered the gate as it closed behind them and water started to rise, taking everyone up to the next level. When they finally made it, the gate opened for them to exit out. They saw a crowd of people standing by the shipyard. They went to what was the commotion was about, as people were glazing the shipwrights about their features. Then the squad went to see, "Hey mister, what happening here?" Luffy asked him. "Oh, it was just some boneheaded pirates trying to pick a fight with the shipwrights again. It can happens all the time. But this it's different. Instead of the shipwrights beating them up, a kid named Naruto Uzumaki came and beat them to a pulp." The man said. The trio instantly looked at Naruto, but he was looking away, acting like he just looked at Water 7 for the first time. "Yeah, you're not fooling me, pretty boy," spill out Nami said to him, as the man explained about the shipwrights. "I don't know what you're talking about," Naruto said confused. Yeah, I know you're a ninja, but you're not fooling a thief," she said to him. "Oh, so you also can tell things when it's a plain lie? Well, guess we're good buddies after all." Naruto laughed awkwardly. "Yeah, just spill it out already or I'll do it myself," she said. Naruto's eyes widened as plates at this. "Haha, you got me, haha, yeah, it was me," Naruto said, laughing him. "That's what I thought," she said. "Damn you hot angel," he muttered out. Nami heard this, but said nothing as she blushed at this. After some time the squad went on their way to the pawn shop. When they met, Naruto saw a man just sitting by the entrance. He got suspicious, but let it go for now. They entered. Nami and Naruto sat down as Luffy and Usopp went to cash in the gold. The teller was amazed at what he saw and went to the boss to tell him, and he told him to take them to the VIP room. In the VIP room, as they're sitting there waiting in for the deal, Nami was sitting serious while Usopp and Luffy were sitting comfy on the couches, while Naruto was just relaxing like always. The boss of the shop inspected the and lied, saying that it was 100 million. Usopp and Luffy were easily fooled by this, but Naruto or Nami didn't buy it as she hit her foot in front of the contract and threatened that he ever lied again, that it'd be his last. This had the boss of the cashing shop scared for his life. Even Naruto was fearing for his life. "Damn, even has me scared, and I'm not the one being threatened," Naruto said in his head. "Mood switch type people, I'll admit she is kinda scary." Kurama said, "Wait. Ahahaha. You the great QB scared at immortal, never thought that day would come," Naruto clowned Kurama. "Hey. Shut up, you're even scared of her, so don't talk all big before you'll have answer to her when I run her money," Kurama threatened. "Hahaha. Yeah, whatever," Naruto said to Kurama. After some time the trio were playing around with the money they received of 300 million berries, as Naruto was just watching them do what they did. They walked out with each of them besides Naruto holding a suitcase, Nami holding normally, while Luffy was swinging it around his whole arm, and Usopp holding it like his life depended on it, as he scared that he might lose it or it falls and the case opens, while Naruto was next to Nami having his hands in his pockets just listening, but suddenly, Luffy accidentally let the suitcase slip out his hand going to fall in the river. Naruto and jumped for it, but Luffy grabbed it, pulled it back. He looks back with a blank face, knowing he's cooked. As he fall in the water. "Ah. Naruto." Luffy screamed as he stretched his arm and grabbed Naruto out the water, but letting him go as he was up high. And Naruto landed hard on the ground. "Am I alive?" Naruto questioned as Nami and Usopp beat the bricks on Luffy for being careless. Nami went to Naruto. "Naruto, you okay?" asked. "Yeah. Just need a sec," he said to her. After some time he got up and they went to the shipyard to ask for repairs for what they didn't know some very mysterious people were watching them and left. At the shipyard, they arrived as they met a person who has a nose just as Usopp's, but square. They gave him the letter Granny Kokoro gave to them. After explaining things with him, he asked the whereabouts of the ship and he sped his way and parked his way there. Jumped from place to place. The trio was shocked aside Naruto. They were concerned for him. "Don't worry, he's always soaring through town. They call him the Mountain Wind. If you didn't know, he's Galley Law Company's Dock 1 carpentry foreman." Kaku, a man said. They turned back to see a man with dark red and a light red striped suit with black pants with blue hair with cut around it and purple lipstick. He kept explaining how his shipwrights are the best for a reason. "By the way, Khalifa," he asked a woman right next to him named Khalifa. "I've already finished the background check." The one in the middle is Straw Hat Luffy. His crew also include pirate hunters Oro and Nico Robin. Their combined bounty is 239 million berries. They have 4 including a new member without posted bounties, and their crew was formed in the East Blue named after their captain. They're known simply as the Straw Hats Pirates. Khalifa explained the background the crew. "I see, welcome, my name is Iceberg. I'm the boss of this shipyard, and this is a mouse I just picked up and his name is Tyrannosaurus. I'll need some rodent food and a cage," Iceberg said. "I've already taken care of that, sir," she said, having Iceberg shocked himself. "Well. Amazing work, Khalifa," he said surprisingly. "Just doing my job, sir," she said as she also said that he had important stuff to do. "I don't wanna," he said childishly. "Very well, I'll cancel everything for you," she said. As the Usopp and Luffy criticized Iceberg for being a lazy mare. This had Khalifa mad as she went to strike them with her leg, but Naruto grabbed it before she attacked the trio. Feisty one, huh? Ice Pop's mind telling her to lower her temper down, he said, letting go of Khalifa's leg. Sexual harassment, she said to Naruto. Naruto blanked face at this. Khalifa told the crew how amazing Iceberg is and how he should be respected. Well, Iceberg asked them not to make her mad cause her aim is horribly. Usopp and Luffy yelled at her saying that she injured his face. But while they were doing that, Nami gave Iceberg the letter from Granny Kokoro after that he told them to follow them to the factory, but Usopp screamed, saying that the money is lost. Nami was horrified at this, and Usopp saw bandits with their money. He yelled at them, but Naruto had other things in stored. Hey. Usopp, leave this to me, Naruto said as he made 5 clones. What do you mean they're leaving with our money? He told him, don't worry, I got this. Now. He yelled as 2 clones rushed and jumped on the boats. And silping the money back, but the clone missed one of the suitcase before the bandit stabbed it and threw into a puff of smoke. The bandits were shocked at this. Hey. Give that back, one of them yelled. Naruto smirked, oh, you want this back? Why don't you have this instead? As he had something that looked like a shuriken that was a light blue color that was a bit bigger than the suitcases. Ha. How you supposed to hit us since we're far away? The bandits laughed, but was short-lived as Naruto threw the shuriken type Rasengan Futon. Rasen shuriken wind style spiral hurricane, he yelled out. The bandits had no time to react as the Rasen shuriken scooped them up high almost to cloud level and imploded into a huge ball of Mirko wind blades. This had the spectators shocked, but at the top the Ridge 3 people are seen chasing one person while yelling at him to pay them back their money. Ash said he'll pay them back later while looking over the edge to see the bandits Ugaras floating by and jumped down to them, thanked them for perfect timing and saw the suitcase of money and decided to take it to pay his debt, but Rob Lucci, one of the other shipyard works, caught the named Paulie and took him back to the group. As Khalifa explained about the Frankie family and their leader, Lucci and Paulie got back to them as Lucci dropped him to the ground and the talking bird commended Paulie to say sorry for stealing Luffy, thanked him for bringing back their money. He asked for 10% as a thanks for getting their money back. But Lucci knocked him with his hammer and the bird told them that he's a gambler and lose sight of everything but greed. Paulie had enough and started to attack Lucci using his rope to fling high up and back to the ground, but Lucci dug his fingers in the ground with an unknown force of power. After some time the bird introduced himself as Hattori and Rob Lucci and welcomed them to Galila's factory. Nami called the pigeon out for ventriloquism act. Usopp and Luffy clapped him up for the coolest trot talker ever, but Paulie insulted him for being too scared to talk to others before yelling at Nami for showing too much skin and told her to cover up. Naruto put his head to one side in confusion. As Khalifa asked him to clam down before doing the Samedo her. Naruto snaked his head into place. I get it, you're being a pervert. Naruto yelled at him. Huh, what do you mean they're being the ones not wearing enough clothes to cover themselves, he said to Naruto. Huh. You're trying to deny the truth, spill out already, Naruto yelled back. As the two were agreeing, but stopped as Iceberg told Paulie to open the gate to Dock 1 to start the tour. As Lucci and Paulie opened the big gate to the workshop, the squad was surprised at this of how contrasted it is. The squad had talked about how amazing it is and how cool. Iceberg started to tour them around the place while the workers greeted him as he resected them back, greeting them back. Then Luffy slapped Iceberg on his back a few times as he asked if he wanted to join his crew. Usopp, Nami and Naruto had to clam Paulie and Khalifa for what they're doing to Iceberg. Iceberg asked Luffy that his crew came all this way without a shipwright. Luffy told him that's why they're here and to fix his ship. Iceberg told there's a lot to go around, but if they're willing to go through with it. Luffy went to check out the big ship they're building after asking Iceberg. While Usopp was looking at other things with himself and the 2 suitcases but was sneaked attacked by the Frankie family, while Nami and Naruto also checked other things but came back to Khalifa and Paulie as Kaku arrived back from his trip to the Mary and back. Kaku, where were you? Paulie asked an assessment. He answered, wow, you are quick, huh? I take it you checked the ship. Nami asked him that I did, missy. Wow, Iceberg, I was wondering where you were, Kaku said. They told why they're here. How's their ship doing? He asked about that. Kaku started to say as Nami yelled for Luffy to jump back down here as a random worker came with their cases. Nami was mad that Usopp wasn't taking care of it. Luffy told the workers that how much will it cost cause they have lots to go around and what upgrades he wanted for it, with Nami jumping in at what she wanted as well. But Naruto looked at him, saw his serious demeanor and was concerned that he was about to say not so fast. Kaku stopped them. Nami and Luffy's smile faded at this. That ship of yours, she's gone on some extraordinary trips, he asked them. You bet we've done it all. Luffy praised the Mary. You don't think I'm lying, do you? Luffy asked with his eyebrow raised. No, not the case. Kaku said her battle scars are far worse than you think, he said. So you're saying it's gonna take longer than you think? Nami asked. No man, it's not about the time nor skill. Either I'm saying she can't be fixed, not even us. Kaku broke the news. Naruto widened at this. Wait, don't tell, it's true, Naruto said. This had Nami and Luffy worried. "What do you mean it's true, you're scaring me?" Nami told Naruto. "Just listen," he said to her. Polly went and sat down on the stacked woods. "So the keel's damaged, right?" he said to Kaku. "That's right. It looks like it's a real wallop," Kaku said to him back. Nami fired back saying that they had no problems traveling with her. "That's cause you and the crew got lucky," Naruto said to her. "He's right. You must have had some of amazing type of luck, but in theory, even if we did everything it wouldn't matter, cause she's too far gone, and your chance at a next island is far too low to risk," he said. Luffy was shocked at this and gulped at this. Who got angry that they couldn't fix the ship and how they were supposed to the best shipwrights, and he said, "If it's money they have plenty, it's not the money either, son." He was about to say but was cut off by Naruto. "She can restored back as she used to be," he finished his sentence, "and honestly speaking I'm rather impressed that you made it this far as she is in critical state," Kaku said. "What's that supposed to mean? What are you implying?" Nami asked him. "Do you know what the keel is, immoral girl?" Polly asked Nami. "I know," Naruto said. "It's the main frame of the ship. Without it you can't build a ship. It is the main structure like this. You have your keel, then you start from there, but no keel you can't build it with it not falling apart. Also before you think you can't replace it, it like building another ship," Naruto told Nami and Luffy, explaining what the keel does. "He's right, it's just a pile of wood waiting her," and Polly said, "Hey. Don't say horrible things about her." Nami yelled at him. "Nami, I'm sorry to say, but he's right, the Mary is awaiting her doom, even you don't accept it," Naruto said, claiming her down. "Fine, then build another Mary," Luffy asked them. Koku. "Sorry, not possible. Even if we built you a similar ship, but no one could build you one that would be exactly the same. Nowhere in the world there can be identical ships, it's simply not possible," the Pegan said. "What do you mean? Why?" Nami asked. "Tell me, are there any trees in the world that grow the same?" the bird asked her. Nami was speckless. "Nami, regardless of what they do they can't build the Mary the same. It was a sailing ship is mostly built out of lumber, so meaning the overall size and the shape of the vessel is determined by the type of wood used. That's why an exact duplicate can't be built, even if they have the blueprints, but if they did make the same way it was the only people would know the differences." "You guys," Naruto said to Nami. "This can't be possible," she said. Naruto sighed at this. "Take my shadow clone for example," he said as he made a clone. "Although it looks like me, have the same features like me and powers, but there's one difference that depicts us from each other. We both have our own conscience, but he follows orders from its creator Naruto that something is bound to have a difference." Iceberg decided to tell them that this their chance at a new ship, since this is the best place they can get, since they have the money. Luffy denied this and didn't want to replace her. Instead he said that she can still sail if she's repaired. Luffy, "I know it's upsetting, but all that money will go to waste. All their efforts will result in failure," Naruto told him. Iceberg critiqued Luffy of his decision, but told him that he can think about it, and Khalifa handed him the paper of their new and used models of ships. As in special worker named Lulu came to say government officials are to meet him, he said to say that he's gone, but they barged in themselves. Polly told the trio to hide cause there's government officials. The officials and Iceberg had their conversation somewhere else. While the trio were hiding, Luffy called out that the bags were light, but they suddenly screamed loud enough for all the shipwrights to hear them cause their suitcases were empty. But Lulu asked why Kaku was with the Frankie family, but he denied it, but they soon realized that it was Usopp that was kidnapped, so they got ready to leave, but Luffy left them beheaded. "Nami, I look up above to see from atop you," Naruto told her. "Right," she said. But as he was ready to jump high, he suddenly shook for a moment as he fell on his knees holding his left arm as he coughed out a heap of blood on. Everyone were tense at this. Naruto. Nami yelled, raining to him, "Hey, hey, hey. Lay down, don't move, just breathe," she told him. "Kurama, what happened?" Naruto asked him. "It's simply the RASENSHURIKEN spiraling shuriken, a lot out of you, and disturbed your chakra system, and the Shoto clone was the finishing move to take you out," he said to him. "How didn't I notice before?" he asked again. "That I don't know," he said back. "Well, I'll just have to wait," he said. "That's why I'm not sharing my chakra. You need to rest, you've taken too much, and I have a suspicion that some there's guys are hiding something, and if I do something that could trigger something that might them turn their backs to us, Kurama Theroids." "Okay," Naruto replied back. While that was happening, Nami asked them if they could take Naruto to the hospital since she's not familiar with the place and asked where the Frankie family house is. Polly told her as she left as the special shipwrights took Naruto to the hospital. At the hospital, Naruto was in room being checked on by the doctors. "How am I, doc?" Naruto asked him. "It seems that you injured your arm, but not too serious, but I would recommend that you don't use it next time you do, could lead up to you having a broken arm for months," the doctor said him. "I see, well that's great, here's the money for my bills, bye," Naruto said, getting up and putting his cash for the bills and jumping out the window. "Hey. Wait." The doctor shouted as he ran to the window, seeing Naruto jumping building to building. Nami was speeding by with her Yagara back to the ship after finding Usopp beaten up by the Frankie family. By surprise, Naruto was running by the wall low to jump on the Yagara as Nami was surprised that Naruto jumped on the Yagara. "Naruto, how did you find and why are you moving? You're supposed to be at the hospital," she said. "Yeah, but the doctor told that it's just my arm, but it'll be fine as long I don't use it," he said to her. "Oh," she mused. "How's Usopp you find him?" he asked her, making her relasp what she saw when she found him. "Yeah, I did, but not in the best condition," she said sadly. "Huh, what do you mean?" Naruto asked her. "He was beaten by a pulp by the Frankie family, and I told to wait so I could get the rest of the crew to find and destroy the Frankie house." She told him what happened. This sparked a memory to Naruto how he used to be beaten to a pulp by the villagers, but now hearing that his friends suffered the same made his blood boil higher than ever. "Let's hurry up quick," Naruto told her. "That's what I'm why," she asked him. "Cause I'll show those lowlifes why no should suffer the same pain I did," Naruto said in Kurama's voice. Nami's spine shrived at this, she's never seen Naruto like this, now made her ask what type of suffering he went through. They arrived at the ship explaining to Zoro, Sanji and Chopper what happened, so the squad left Nami alone in the ship to the Frankie house for their revenge. Meanwhile the squad arrived at the place. Nami told them where Usopp is but didn't find him there, but Chopper saw a trail and saw it was blood, but soon realized he went to the Frankie house, but soon Luffy fell out the sky and fell in the water. Sanji saved him, and they went to the hideout to the Frankie family. After a while the crew stood there by the Frankie house looking at Usopp's beaten body. "Is he breathing?" Chopper Luffy asked the doctor. "He's unconscious, but yes, he's breathing." Chopper told Luffy, "You wait for us out here, Usopp, we're leveling up this stupid place," Naruto told the unconscious Usopp. As the quad of 5 walked down there to the Frankie house with pure rage waiting to be released. As cheering was heard at the Frankie house, them drinking and eating, having a hell of a time, but outside was awaiting their doom as the squad besides Naruto started remembering the good moments with Usopp and how amazing he was. They stood at the entrance of the Frankie house as a random member of the family opened the door only to see the crew waiting for them as Luffy threw a punch at him, making her fly back. The Frankie family looked to see the 5 standing there. One of them recognized them. But one of the tall members went up to Luffy and saying that it was a big mistake for to come, but they didn't listen. As Luffy decided to do Gumi Gomu no Gatoring Gum Gum Gatling, then finished him with a Gomu Gomu no Bazuka Gum Gum Bazooka. This had the Frankie family and decided to shoot their cannons at them, but Zoro cut through them all and the cannon. This had them on the ropes and decided to run to the back door. But Sanji caught up to them and called them cowards for running from a fight. They saturated and hit them all with his party table kick course. And Sanji stood there blocking the way out the back door. But instead ran to the windows, but in the midst of the smoke Chopper was there with a rumble ball, took and ran through them. Until one of them tried to clam them down. Wait, you guys. It's the money, right? But the thing is, if you ask us, Frankie the leader of this group is gone and we don't know where he went and is already spending, he said to them. But Luffy punched him at the face. Shut up, that's enough out of you, and heck, this has nothing to do with the money. Moreover, it's too late for that, Naruto told. Not even your bones will be left when he's done with you, Luffy told them. The family questioned who as the squad walked out the place. Just look up and that death is right in front of you, Zoro said to them as they left. They looked up to see Naruto with a big Rasengan that was as large as the hose and room as he dived down to them with it. The family tried to run but was too slow as Naruto hit the Rasengan on the ground, destroying the Frankie house as it crumbled down. After that, Chopper was busy patching up Usopp as the others were doing their stuff and questioning how to find Frankie. Chopper asked them for help to take Usopp. Luffy made his decision that it's time to part ways with Ameri. At the Mary, the crew besides Robin were standing at the deck as Chopper ran out the door, saying that Usopp is awake. They went up to the room. They talked about how Usopp shouldn't have gone all by himself to them and how Usopp said that he was weak and not strong enough to fight back. But soon after, Usopp asked about the Mary if it's able to be repaired, but the others didn't say anything, but Luffy said that they're not going to do that but get a new ship instead. The others just stood there watching the scene unfold. Usopp decided to take it as a joke and ask the others to stop messing around, but they said nothing and just watch. Usopp thought that losing that money, which meant that they couldn't afford for the repairs, but Luffy yelled at him to clam down. Both you stop it now, fighting over this isn't gonna help clam your civils, Zoro told them, trying to break the fight. I don't see what I'm doing wrong, he's just saying all this dumb stuff, saying the Mary can't be fixed. Usopp defending himself, I know how you feel, but you shouldn't have to fight about it, Nami trying to ease them down. But Usopp didn't listen to that, but instead carried on until Luffy had enough and said that the Mary can't be fixed, but Usopp tried saying that the shipwrights don't know what they're talking about and saying not to give up on the Mary. Then decided to judge Luffy, saying did he ever care for the Mary or was she just an asset that they didn't need no more, but he said that he'll fix it himself and asked the others for help, but Sanji stopped him, saying that's not gonna work, but Luffy instead started telling him he's not a shipwright. But Usopp didn't care. He said that if the shipwright went through what they did with the ship, they wouldn't give up on her so easily, that he didn't want to lose her, and yelled at Luffy for being a horrible captain, not believing in his crew. But their banter started to get more wild, but before Luffy could say to Usopp to leave the crew if he didn't like the way he does things. But Naruto had of this and knocked them both down. Enough of this, alright. Naruto yielded to both of them. The crew was shocked to see Naruto this angry. You two should stop acting like little kids and grown a beard already. Do you think for a second that this fight won't do any good? Think. For a second, Usopp, this ship was gifted to you by your friend Kaya. She gave this ship. But you should also know, Usopp, that a ship is not human. They don't have a flesh like us or a healing factor like us, but need us to fix it. But the thing is, when you get a ship, the first thing that should come up to mind that it never lasts forever. It's not immortal. Kaya would have thought the same. She gave you this ship so we all could last a long time before it was time to say goodbye to it, cause if you brought it back to her, she wouldn't accepted it to come back good as new. She wouldn't think that it would come back the same way it was presented. No, cause a ship can't be fixed the same way it was. It's impossible, Naruto explained to Usopp. But now if you can't accept it, then, as Luffy was about to say, if can't comply with his orders, Naruto stopped halfway. Then why don't you get of? Luffy was about to finish, but Sanji stopped him from finishing. But Luffy apologized, but Usopp stopped him. Nad said that he's just in the way of the task of King of the Pirates and said he's leaving the crew as Sanji, Chopper and Nami tried to stop, but Luffy, Zoro and Naruto did nothing. But it's too late and the door closed. Nami turned to them and told Luffy to do something cause Usopp his friend and should not be abandoned, but Luffy said nothing. And decide do things herself and ran out the door and told Usopp to come so they could talk this out, but Usopp kept on walking but stopped and channeled Luffy to a duel for the Mary at 10 p.m. 10 minutes before 10 p.m. Luffy was laying on the hammock while Nami stood there telling him talk things out with Usopp, but Luffy said that it's gone too far and said goodnight too. Sooner or later, Luffy stood outside the area where Usopp and him are gonna fight as the crew stayed at the ship as they were commanded by Luffy and watched as they waited for Usopp to arrive in the midst of the smoke. Usopp was there walking down to Luffy as everyone aside, Naruto remembering the good times with him. As he stopped, Luffy told him this is what he wanted and Usopp replied with saying that he found a way to beat him. If you can't stand to watch, then go inside, Zoro warned them. Make no mistake, I'm not like any opponent you faced before. We've been friends a long time, now I know all your moves, so I know what you can do, but there's something you don't know about me. I have 8,000 men on my side. Usopp yelled out, if you don't surrender now, I'll order them to attack. He threatened again. If you're gonna fight, take this seriously. Luffy yelled at him to man up. At the ship, you're the one to talk, Naruto called. Back to the fight, Usopp. Yelled Usopp. Vudo, you have razor sharp needles stuck between all your teeth. You've got prickly kata spines under your finger. He stopped as Luffy had enough and ran to him. Gomu Gomu no Pistoru Gum Gum Pistol, Luffy yelled out as he was about to attack, but Usopp coughed of a buttload of tomato sauce to look like blood, which made Luffy stop. Back at the ship, Nami and Chopper questioned what happened as Naruto looks at the both of them with the "Are you serious, my brother?" face. Back to the fight. Luffy was tricked by Usopp and he punished him with a Furasu Daiaru Fulch style. Then hits him with a special attack egg star. He yelled, hitting Luffy again and again. Then Luffy had enough, would fight seriously now. Luffy yelled at him, this is how I fight and watch not to leave your mouth open, Usopp said as hitting Luffy with a Tabasco star, making Luffy step back. But Usopp warned him not jump around as he placed lots of spiky traps as Luffy fell back on them, getting poked. Do what you will, I'll do anything to take the Mary back. Special attack pepper star, he yelled, launching a pepper star making Luffy squeeze, which made him fall on the trees over and over. I told you already, I know what your next move is, Usopp told Luffy again. Luffy managed to stop himself from falling again as Usopp launched his next attack, special attack shuriken shooting star. Luffy ran to dodge all the shuriken. As Luffy landed somewhere safe, smoke started to show as Usopp said he placed a breath dial and shot a special attack exploding star. He shot it making an explosion as it pushed the ship in waves back. As we see Luffy laid out on the ground without his hat as he rethinks of the good times of how good him and Usopp were. Usopp struggled to stand up as look to what is of Luffy. I'm no fool, I realize it'll take more to beat you, he said as Luffy walked him down out the smoke. As he ran at Usopp using his Gum Gum Gatling, but Usopp knew what to do and hit him with a special attack Kata star. He shot at him, which sent Luffy flying back as he had his next attack ready, triple exploding star, but Luffy dodged it in time, but Usopp kept firing, but Luffy went for the offensive side, throwing a Gum Gum pistol which hit Usopp in the face, sending him flying back. As Luffy rushed him with his next attack with the Gum Gum Bazooka, but Usopp had his counter-attack which was the impacted dial to Luffy's face, making his nose bleed, as this also had Usopp holding his arm, as the impact dial deals damage to the user, but Luffy flipped back on his feet as he finished the fight with a Gum Gum bullet to his chest as Usopp coughed out blood as he fell face down. But Luffy fell at his knees yelling at him, saying that his idiot thinking he could beat him, but he got up and walked away, grabbed his hat and told Usopp that the Mary is his, and saying that he won't let anything hold him back, he carried on walking back to the ship. So long old friend while it lasted, he said as he stopped at the ship. It's too much, he said in a breaking voice. This is what it means to be Captain, Zoro said. You can't doubt yourself times like these if you lose your confidence. Who can we have faith in? Naruto finished the sentence. Let's pack our things and go. This is the last time we're staying on this ship and can never come back, Zoro said to everyone. The next day we see the Mary as it is no one there, empty, an empty shell of what it used to be, as Usopp laid there looking out in the sky on the wooden deck. With the crew. The crew were staying at a hotel as we see Luffy sitting on a roof looking upset as ever, losing 2 crewmates in one day. As the sun rose up. In the bright light, chaos unfolded as news of iceberg being shot as Sanji was walking by back to the hotel. He arrived and went in his room, but back out to walk to the roof to where the others. He arrived and opened the door to see Chopper just standing there looking out to the city as Zoro sat by the bell that was built for the shade. So this is where you've been, went through a lot of trouble just to rent a room and no bothers to use it. Guess nobody slept, he said walking up to Chopper. Where's Luffy, he asked over there. Chopper looked to the roof as Sanji looked as well to see him there. As they're talking, Sanji asked, hey, I was wondering where's Naruto at. Sanji asked, he went with Nami. Zoro told him, oh, at least she's safe, he said as she bragged into the roof yelling to Luffy about what happened into iceberg. Luffy decided to check on him as he jumped down. Luffy, wait. I'm coming too. Nami said, running to the building to the ground floor. Naruto jumped down as well to Luffy as Sanji and Chopper went to look for Robin. As everyone were reading the news about iceberg, Luffy and Naruto were running together to iceberg. As they ran across the bridge, Nami called out to them at the bottom. With her Yugara, Luffy jumped down him. Yo, crew, think I can use it? Naruto, Kurama, fine you can, Kurama told Naruto as he went through hand signs transform. Naruto yelled as the two looked to see Naruto turn to a small nine-tails fox and land on Nami's head. Luffy was amazed at this. Woo. So cool. He said. But Nami's eyes sparkled as she cuddled him to her chest. Oh. You're so cute. She swanned over him as Naruto was enjoying the moment. After that, Nami gave Luffy the newspaper as Naruto jumped on Luffy's head to see, as well as the Yugara carried them to where iceberg is. They made it to Dock 1, only to see it crowded with people on Yugara as they asked a stranger where the main office is and said that it's at Dock 1 and is only letting in authorized personnel. Only they tanked in him and carried on until a drumbeat was sounding. Everyone were looking around all scared as they knew what this was. Hey guys, question. Did you just say my name? A voice questioned. Some yelled no as others were still panicing as the man was singing, as everyone were yelling at him to go away until he said his name is Frankie. As everyone else ran away, the trio stayed looking at their foe. So this part ends here. Alright, that's it for today's video guys. Let me know in the comments section how was the story, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will meet you in another video. Bye bye.